So today we are going to be talking about something a bit more, I don't know, a lot more controversial. So as everyone here knows, this pandemic has been, very hard for us, especially for essential workers, people who actually have to go out and keep the country running. But recently, a bunch of influencers on social media have been deeming their work as essential. And an influencer named Sheridan spoke on This Morning ITV, and she thinks that her work is essential and it helps the mental health of a lot of her followers, I guess. And for anyone who doesn't know what influencer is, it's someone who has the power and following to affect what their followers choose to buy. So they have enough followers on their social media like Instagram to be able to sell things to their followers, and people choose to give them money to do that to improve their company, I guess. She said that her work has been helping a lot of people get through the pandemic, and she spoke about this on ITV, and the two hosts were questioning her and saying, doesn't this seem a bit too like rubbing it in your face, that you're going on holiday to Dubai? So I just wanted to ask what your opinion is about this subject.
Can I play the video quickly? It's just 30 seconds.
I think what you've got to understand is my job. So my job is to motivate people. Do you know what I mean? If I was going to be lazy, if I was going to sit back, if I couldn't be bothered to provide a service, and sometimes it's a free service. At the minute, I'm providing free workouts on my Instagram. I could just sit back and just think, do you know what? I'll wait until the gym's open.
Essential. What you posted there was essential.
I think in a world where you can be anything, be kind. And I think a lot of people forget about that. And my job is to help people get fit and be motivational, whether it's in the house or it's in Dubai.
But can I just say something? When you say be kind, like when we see how stretched the NHS is.
Yeah, that was a video. Could you all hear? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I'll pass it back to you, Jamila.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that was basically the video. As you could see at the end, she was trying to say there's people like, the NHS and essential workers who actually are risking their lives to help others. And she's saying that essential work is going to Dubai and doing exercise and taking photos of her doing that. It's supposedly uplifting the spirits of everyone back here. So I just wanted to know if you guys think that they should be deemed essential workers or not. Okay, Shika?
I can only laugh because this is just so ridiculous that somebody can travel to Dubai and say they're actually being kind. That's what she said. I'm being kind. I could just sit at home and not do any workouts. She doesn't, if her first interest is to give workout sessions to people, if really that is her interest and she really wants to support people, she doesn't need to travel to Dubai for that. And what we saw her doing was sat on a camel, riding around, enjoying the sun. How is that useful to anyone who's socially isolated at home, trapped for months, seeing her on holiday on a camel? How is that motivating to anyone? And I think that's what the presenters were saying. And from what I know, everyone, the viewers, everyone was just in shock that somebody can think they're doing an essential service and being kind by traveling to Dubai and then posting it and flaunting it all over their social media. It's a joke, and it is not essential work.
Yeah, thank you for that. I also watched another one of the videos, like to a continuation, I guess, of the talk, and Holly was like, when I'm looking at you taking videos in Dubai, I'm not feeling happy that you're doing it. I'm actually quite jealous, and I wish that I could have the sun on me, enjoying myself on a beach. So it might not be helping anyone. It actually might be making people's mental health even worse, thinking that they are not able to do that themselves. Shamsa?
Yeah, I agree with Chiku. Like, it's ridiculous that you are justifying your travel with all these things. When government put a ban that you can't travel, you need to give a legal reason or essential reason to go to the other countries. And they are banning people not to travel unnecessary. And you are going to on holidays and you are saying it's very important for the mental health for the other people because you are a fitness whatever influencer. And what's the point when people are sitting in the home and the only entertainment for the people is the internet and social media and everything, and you are showing yourself to people? It's selfishness. It's not a mental health helping thing. It's selfishness when you are showing people that you are flaunting the rules and laws and everything. What kind of influencer you are? You are very non-serious person and people should unfollow her. She is not that person you should follow. She is non-serious person, and don't give her even attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Shamsa. I agree when you said that what she's doing is not improving anyone's mental health. The only thing that a lot of people now have is social media, and the fact that they have to go on there and then see something that they're missing out on because of a pandemic. It's insensitive to everyone. And also the whole traveling, it's literally against the rules to do that. And I think that's why a lot of them were saying that it's essential now, because they were starting to see people saying that isn't this against the rules, and they started to call it essential work. Keshi?
Holly made the point that the videos she's watched of this influencer doing exercises, she's doing them in the apartment or in the hotel where she is in Dubai. She could as well do that while she's home in Britain. So what was the point of her traveling? So I'm wondering anyway, why does your government allow these influencers to travel? Isn't there a travel ban? That's one question. And then I wanted to say, yeah, yes, Jamila, isn't there a travel ban?
Yeah, there's a travel ban, but I'm pretty sure it was done after they'd all gone. That's why none of them were able to come back. So they had to stay in Dubai because they decided to go against the rules, and then Britain then decided to put the travel ban so they can't go back.
Okay, so anyway, thanks. So as an essential worker, a frontline worker, I find it very offensive that she assumes that what she's doing is of help. And somebody mentioned, I think it's you, Jamila, that people who are watching actually will become even more sad because they cannot do these things they are showing off. These influencers like to show off. She's showing off on social media, and whoever is watching is wishing, I wish I was her. And then people start thinking of flaunting all these restrictions so that they can have fun. And that's why even in many places, the infection rate is going up. But I wanted to mention that essential workers, or rather influencers, can be essential workers. And I'll give an example of Finland, where right now they are viewed as essential workers. And I'll tell you why. Because the Finnish government is using social media influencers to pass on the message about COVID. So they are giving them information when they have this information about different things or the programs that the government is making. They send this information to influencers because there are some people who only get the news from social media, and they can be able to pass on this information to them. And they said it's been very successful. And if you look at Finland's rate, this is the reason why Finland has a low rate. It's not because of that, but that they've been used to they have harnessed this social media influence to be able to give the message forward to people who don't watch the news, for example. So in that way, if somebody calls themselves an influencer as well as essential worker, because they are being used to pass on the message about prevention and taking measures to avoid getting COVID, yes, then I say, yeah, they are essential workers. But if it's somebody going on a luxury trip to Dubai, it's very offensive to hear someone calling themselves an essential worker.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I had no idea that is what, was it Finland was doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea to make them also pass on the message of it. But the difference between them is that they're not using this as an opportunity to go abroad and then say that they're still passing the message on, but they're abroad. I think that's what this girl Sheridan was doing. She said that she was still doing her fitness social media type thing, but in Dubai. And that's what people were like questioning. Why are you doing it in a whole other country? Like, you don't need to go anywhere. You can do it from your house like everyone else has to. Yasina and then Shamsa.
Yeah, seriously, I agree with Keshi. If they want to do anything, they can do from their place. And moreover, nowadays, influencer meaning is to influence someone, but they are not sticking to that word. They are doing just like for fame, becoming famous. If she does like this, thousands, lakhs of people are seeing her. It's becoming like she's getting some fame and she's getting another opportunity. They are doing for their selfishness to become famous. And these reasons are like they are taking one reason from the current situation, and they are highlighting it and becoming famous. But it's not the correct thing, because many people are watching them. So like becoming famous in that manner is
Yeah,
not good.
I agree. And them using that as a platform to start saying, yeah, it's essential, also gets a lot of people to their page in the first place. So you just wonder, is this maybe like, a kind of publicity stunt where they end up getting more followers or more people looking at them because of they're saying this controversial
Yeah,
thing. So thank you for that. Shamsa?
thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to add one point that how you can compare with the NHS workers with you when you are showing your selfishness, and the NHS workers, they are working hard day and nights. I know many people, they couldn't sleep for nights and hours to serve the coronavirus patients. And in that pandemic, when they are serving in the hospitals, and their kids, they are going to schools, and for me as a mother, it will be very hard to send my child when everybody is in lockdown and staying safe, and I will send my kid to the school. Uh, that's high chances, there is a high chance of getting infected with the corona. And you are comparing yourself with the NHS workers, that you should allow, and for what? Just to travel and just to enjoy? No, you can't compare with the NHS workers and essential workers. You are nothing. You are selfish. That's it.
Yeah, I understand, especially when you do have to put your child's life, your husband's, your wife's life on the line, and then there's people who want to justify it to go abroad to have a nice time, and we all wish we could have a nice time, but we're trying to be patient and wait and stay safe before we do any of that. And
Yeah, and
yes,
especially when doctors and nurses and frontline workers, they lost their lives. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. And Shiko, you wanted to, oh,
Shiro had her hand up first, yeah.
so
Yeah, I was like, am I muted?
no.
I'm agreeing with Shamsa that these people are very selfish. Anyway, me, I don't follow those influencers. They just want for publicity, and it's also for their own selfish gain. I was reading just here on the internet people's comments, and one person says this is a slap in the face to the NHS. People who are actually risking their lives, saving lives every day. And then someone else said that their only influencer in their lives are the NHS staff, teachers, police officers, firefighters, supermarket workers, cleaners, those people who are actually in the front line risking their lives every day. Now these people who influencers anyway, the whole thing is disgraceful in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. It is disgraceful, and it's also it also gives the younger generation a bad name because they already have that whole, met loads of also going to house parties and stuff like that. And then you have the influencers who are also around our age going abroad to have fun. And it's just like, take it seriously, because you don't know if it's your mom or dad or grandmother who could have a health issue. And because you decided to go abroad to mess with your friends, you come back over with COVID-19, and then something bad could happen from that. It's selfish. Shika?
Obviously, I agree with everyone, and I also agree with was it Keshi? I don't know who said it, or maybe it's you, Jamila. I think it could also be a stunt. We know that social media influencers are advised to do controversial things to get more interest on their pages and to get more people viewing them and popularity. So it could also just be something she did and she was ready to take the fall for it just to increase her popularity and put her name out there and get her 15 minutes of fame. Very irresponsible. Like Keshi said, there's ways people can use their platforms for positive. So she's an influencer. Use it for positive. Use it to promote people keeping safe, people looking after themselves, and use it to promote positive messages, not to do stunts or to be seen trolling around the place on camels. I mean, it's just so pathetic. Even as an influencer, there's still ways you can do something positive for something like that people see as very fickle. You can still use it positively and use your name to make a difference and leave even a legacy where people say that young person, she had this number of followers and she did this and she made a difference, because they can actually make a difference, as we've seen in Finland.
Yeah.
One minute.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for that. I agree, where people can do stuff, they can get followers from doing other things, especially during the pandemic. I've seen so many different types of influencers, you know, giving us tips on, how to, I don't know, clean your house quickly, or new stuff you can buy online that can help clean or give you something to do during the lockdown. But instead you go to another country. I don't know, that just gives people the idea that they should do that to feel better, and it's not helping anyone in any way, and it's actually doing the opposite of what you're saying it's doing. So I guess time's up. Thank you everyone for listening to this story. I just thought it was important to hear your opinions about this subject.
Okay, thank you all hosts. Thank you for panelists. Thank you for sharing. We'll of course meet in 2 weeks again. Please do go watch the video, share to your friends, like, subscribe, and we shall see you next time. Thank you very much for joining.